Good afternoon. Here's your Thoth-Tarot for the collective. We have this beautiful Queen of Swords. Absolutely beautiful energy. A much different look than the typical Rider-Waite system Queen of Swords. Here she's depicted with, she's got, it's kind of hard to see here, but she's cut off a man's head. And she is supposed to be like Athena. And, she's a representative of arguments, she's a representative of being perhaps a little bit critical. She possesses this rational mind, but she's also filled with conflicting emotions because of her femininity, is not necessarily in harmony with the instinctive masculine part represented by the original air elements. So Athena is a goddess with a strong intuition about the human direction and representing independence. She was born from the head of Zeus. He and the ancient goddess of wisdom, Mestis, gave birth to Athena. And because he feared that his son would become stronger, he swallowed Metis. 9 months later, Athena was wearing armor born from his head. She was the one who invented the alphabet and many achievements of humanity, and she is also the goddess of war and peace. So this card can represent people in any field of life, but it can also represent someone that perhaps has a critical mind, an eloquent mind. Perhaps this is someone that's a reporter, maybe some kind of a judge or a lawyer, a counselor, different things like that. And she is this queen of eloquent minds. She has this arrogant, cold look and sharp intelligence and is a proud and impressive image. And, she has this critical spirit, this ability in any direction, logical reasoning. She, contrary to the understanding of this card in other tarot decks, in which this queen is only seen as an evil woman and especially a widow, this card shows us a woman who has liberated her mind for protection. She will therefore represent, again, like women, like we said, like reporters, managers, entrepreneurs, lawyers, women in a very skillful way who have built their names in areas that we often in the past called for men, and naturally representing that independent single woman. And it's like on the inner level, this card is a symbol of the tendency to solve all of our internal problems, represented by the femininity of the air element and intelligence, vigilance, independence, resourcefulness, and quick perception. She's an expression of the ability to solve problems with the help of our reason and the attainment of awareness without energy consumption, with an abundance of ideas and the capability to capture them. At the same time, our resourcefulness makes us deal with these far-reaching kind of problems. And, this card also shows the power of clear awareness, seeing through things with wisdom. Often in other decks, Athena is depicted with this beautiful owl on her shoulder, and it's this perception that she has, and she's able to become aware of attachments and dependence to separate and free herself from them. So little by little, with this wise, profound, powerful cognitive power, there's this ability to succeed in finding ways to approach difficult to explore emotional areas, where emotion and thoughts no longer exclude or interfere with each other. So this can, this card is referring to perhaps this woman rising above. This woman is going through this shifting, flowing change, this process of awakening and self-awareness and awareness of her own strength and independence. And, she's learning. She's open to learning new ideas, feeling everything around her with her open eyes, reacting with intelligence and skills and self-control in this frank and clear and courteous way of negotiating through some difficult matters on occasion, and you want to be careful too, because it's like, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Don't forget, don't get too hung up on the perfection of things and then kind of leave the emotional aspect out. And this card shows a relationship that, it's like being able to cooperate with those in your life, being able to, behave appropriately. Don't be petulant. Don't be stubborn. Don't be, on attack mode. It's like this card is saying, like, if there's issues that are going on, you need to rise above and perhaps be more an adult and try to steer things away from jealousy, and work towards the development of autonomy and power, and do this in a graceful way. Like, don't overpower, and don't turn everything into a war. Don't constantly be in that attack mode with that overthinking mind that she has to, she has to balance that out. You're going to have to use your unbiased intelligence to make decisions about this particular situation that is occurring here. And it's like you basing it on the facts, and sometimes whatever this situation is, maybe the empathy or compassion for others is causing you to maybe lose focus on choosing. And it's important that you think with your mind and maybe not with a lot of those flowy emotions. And there is a lot of blue here too. So it's like, allow your intuition to guide you as well, but just don't let those emotions overwhelm you and get in the way, and use the reality of the situation and the logic around you to make the best choice for yourself. Again, so like it's, this is the energy of the counselor, like being able to be objective about things. It's not really time to go back and forth. A reasonable decision is needed, so that you need to communicate clearly and accurately at this time, and cut through old patterns too. This is also saying, like, things that were holding you back, and the old ways of thinking about things and communicating that were perhaps, more toxic. It's like, step back and look at everything like through fresh eyes of a child. So it's time to, get rid of take off the mask and stop reacting with the fear-based energies and the projection energies, and have the courage in your beliefs to move forward in this beautiful, fresh way, and this it's saying, like, cut through your own masks and liberate yourself from all of that, and it's like, don't allow yourself to wallow in your thoughts that, are repeating over the the logic of things, and be very bold and be very brave and very proud, and don't don't allow your intellect to free you instead of trap you. Get into that energy of just these pure and clear thoughts, and transform any of those thoughts that no longer serve you. Set yourself free, and don't, I guess it's really just saying, like, cut off those thoughts that are still connected to the past. They're still connected to older versions of yourself, older styles of relationship patterns that you've been in and cut all of those cords out. Like, this is saying perhaps there's one specific event that you really just recently just completely cut out of your life, and now you're feeling a lot lighter and freer because of that. And this is saying just keep going forward, and if you're coming up on another difficult situation, that you can do that again. You have the power to do that again, and to listen to your wisdom and your intuition, and just beautifully rise above all of that. It's absolutely gorgeous energy. And it really is, if there was a lack of clarity around a particular situation, I think that this is a message that it will become clear to you. It will become clear. If you can just cut out the noise and, just listen to your inner wisdom, you will have the answers that you seek. Absolutely beautiful. Blessed be.